Well, welcome to meettina here. How's everyone's doing? Well, today I'm very excited to bring back Dr. Elena Gabor back again. However, before I introduce her, I would like to share with you that she is a medical hypnotherapist, hypnosis instructor, and author of a very amazing book called Tree of the Home. I never get it right,
Home
Elena.
at the Tree of Life.
Home
at
the Tree of Life. So quickly,
Yeah.
mind you, I'm gonna share on Amazon.com. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank
Okay,
you.
let me do that real quick. All right. Okay, guys, so check out her books here. You got to get it. Well, this is her website first, her Facebook. So go ahead and join her Facebook here. If you see, just put in Elena Gabor, Lenagabor, and you see this banner, that's her Facebook. Go ahead and join her Facebook so you know what's going on. She does offer workshops all over the world in the United States. And right now she's in Romania. And when are you starting classes again, Elena?
I am going to teach a class in English. It's going to be online, a certification program in hypnotherapy, medical hypnotherapy, past life regression therapy, and life beyond life's regression. And it's going to start on July 9 on Zoom. We're going to do it via Zoom. We're going to practice a lot, and people will get certified in hypnotherapy, in the regression, hypnotherapy, past life regression, and life beyond life's regression. They can practice as hypnotherapists with these certifications all over the world, actually. And it's a wonderful training. We have also an online pre-recorded module that contains tens of cases of case studies as well as sessions with clients, including also the entire training. It's a support material for people to go back to when they want to go over the material or certain parts of the material. The case studies are amazing. We can learn a lot from them, especially when it comes to doing past life regression analysis and life beyond life's exploration. There are amazing sessions there that the students, the participants at the training have access to, unlimited access.
Beautiful, beautiful. So here you go, guys. You can approach her, contact her at her Facebook. She also has a website, drelenagabor.com, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
drgabor.com.
Awesome. And here's a book on Amazon.com. Just look it up. I will also put the link description underneath my YouTube here, guys. So you must get her book and read up about her book because it's quite fascinating. I met her about over 10 years ago when she did hypnotize this young lady who channeled straight information from the light. And from not knowing anything, I mean, you can listen to the last video when I interviewed Dr. Elena Gabor. She mentioned about her background, but she didn't know anything. And once she regressed her so many times, she began to just, channel all information.
Yeah.
She's able to get medical information on other people. And I was there. I experienced it myself. I brought my friends over. They were amazed by all these magical experiences that we all have. So let's welcome Dr. Elena Gabor. Just welcome back again. Just really excited to have you here.
Thank you so much, Tina. Hello to everyone.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for the introduction of my work. Actually, that young lady that you were talking about is the main character of the book. And you can read in the book her entire journey from depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, sleep disorders, and so on, all the way to happiness and inner balance, inner peace, and so on. So it's a fascinating book with amazing answers to the questions that we all have. And
Beautiful.
some of those questions we'll address today, I guess, right? You have
Right,
questions.
exactly. Well, I have question because today I'm fascinated, and I'm sure a lot of people are fascinated about the subject of reincarnation. Does it exist? How does reincarnation started? Where do we come from? I mean, all these so many questions, that is like, where do we go after life, after we part from this earth? Do we really accept? Because some people don't believe in reincarnation.
Yeah,
Elena.
absolutely.
So can you elaborate on that from all your experiences that you have regressed so many clients, thousands of clients around the world? What is it real? Does it happen? Where do we come from? How did it start? And how does the cycle start? All that stuff. A lot of
Yeah.
questions I'm throwing on you right now.
Yes, that's fine.
Yes.
Where does it start? It starts with the creation of the soul. Souls are extensions of the source of souls, the source of consciousness, the source of life energy, what people in religion call God, what people in spirituality call source energy. And these souls are parts of source energy, parts of God. Some people like the spiritual language, others like the religious language, others like the scientific language. It's just a language. So once the souls are formed, they can decide their consciousness. That's what the soul is, consciousness, pure consciousness. And they can decide what they want to do. Most of them want to progress, to evolve, to become experienced, wise, to progress in vibration as well. And this progress is occurring outside of the ultimate reality or the divine realm or the source energy realm. Outside of it, that's why the souls exit the ultimate reality, the pure positive energy plane of existence, and they incarnate wherever they choose to. And they start with simple lives as water, insects, flowers, all sorts of plants, and so on. And in this way, they collect energy, the energy of love. That's how we progress, by offering love and receiving love. Even though they incarnate as flowers, let's say, flowers or insects or animals, as consciousness, they are aware. But that's at the subconscious level, because a flower doesn't have a brain and doesn't have, the ability to speak. Therefore, at the soul level, at the energetic level, is able to accumulate that energy, positive energy, love energy, and then through that energy, it progresses, becomes bigger in energy and higher in vibration. And how many lives does a soul can have? Infinite lives. In our understanding, in our human mind limited understanding, they can live an eternity. And through all those lives, they progress, and what happens at some point, they are able to reunite with the source they extended from or detached from. When they reach that level of high vibration and become strong and big enough, wise enough, they become one with the source again. And then from the source again, little souls are detaching. And when we detach, we are unexperienced. We're like a molecule of source energy or chi energy or divine energy. That's why we have to start the process of evolution all over again, because we're very small. And then when we unite with the source, we're extremely wise. We're masters of unconditional love, masters of incarnation. And that's how it happens. And where do souls incarnate? Wherever they want. They're infinite realities, infinite universes. I'm sure we've heard about many people have heard about the theory of multiverses. So they're infinite.
Yeah.
They can incarnate wherever they choose to, including Earth,
So that could also be like alien civilization or different planet that a lot of people believe in, correct?
Yes. And they can have physical lives and non-physical lives, energetic lives, or quasi-physical lives. There are various degrees of physicality. At some point, they get to live human life, right? They reach to the level of evolution to be able to develop such a complex body and handle that body properly. So you cannot incarnate as a human being from the beginning. If you try to, you're not going to be able to handle the development of everything properly. And if you would try, you may end up not developing yourself properly. So you may have mental problems or physical problems, or literally you're not able to help the process of as a soul. I mean, you're not able to help the process to develop in a fully functional, healthy body, brain, mind.
So in order to be incarnated as human, at least we have accumulated some high frequency or vibration already, or experiences through many lives already.
Yes, lives, as I said, water, plants, insects, animals, anything, you know, that's around. Yes.
So now, I don't know if you know this, you know, if we incarnate, some said that, let's say at the alien civilization, they are more advanced than a human civilization. Is that correct? Or no, it's just, we're in a different experience?
They're different planes of existence. They're different planets that have different levels of vibration. So they're alien civilizations that are higher in vibration, more evolved than us, and there are others that are less evolved than Earth. So again, there are infinite levels of evolution, even for, you know, various planets or soul or system or celestial bodies or whatever they are, wherever souls can incarnate.
So would you say that if we reincarnate as a human, do we still have a long way to go back to the source, to reconnect to the source, to the light?
Yes, of course. You can have lives as human being when you just started with learning unconditional love. So you can be at the first lives as human beings, but you have many incarnations to go in order to reach that level of reuniting with the source.
I have one good question here. Do we exist in different reality or different
at
the same time? Because, you know, because to be incarnate in just one existence, one at a time, I think it will take forever to even get back to the source.
Yes. At the beginning, when we detach from the source, when we're like a molecule of energy, we don't have enough energy to split our energy and incarnate at the same time in multiple places. But once we get to a certain level where we can divide our energy, then we can start creating and experiencing multiple lives at the same time, even in the same time frame reality. For example, reaching a certain level of evolution, you can have, for example, multiple lives as a human being at the same time. So parts of the same soul incarnate in multiple human beings. That would be called twin flames. All those souls, parts of the same soul, are called twin flames. Soulmates are souls on the same level of evolution, but they're different souls on the same level of evolution. Those are soulmates. twin flames are parts of the same soul that choose to incarnate in, let's say, different human beings. Let's say you got to the level of evolution, you reach that level where you can incarnate as human beings, and you want to incarnate in multiple people in the same time frame reality. For example, I may have other parts of my souls that have incarnated around me somewhere of different age, right? And this is a more common occurrence than a soul incarnating only in one person at a time, you know.
Wow. So let's go back to the twin flame and the soulmate now,
Yes.
because the twin flame seem to be a very favorite subject here, Elena.
Yeah.
When we have twin flame, you said it's the same soul split
Correct.
into two, correct?
No, in as many parts as the soul wants. It can be 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30. It depends on how big that soul is and what's the purpose for which it chooses to split its energy and have, you know, multiple lives. Yes,
So
it's no limitation when it comes to souls. Souls are of infinite nature. Infinite, it's a property of the soul, of consciousness. It's not a number, but a property. And everything that it creates of infinite nature. For example, when you create a life, you want to create a life for yourself, you do that in the ultimate reality. Before incarnation, you decide what you want to experience. You don't create just one life, like every step of the way you create what's going to happen. You create infinite possibilities of that life. So you create a plane of that life with infinite possibilities so that you can have multiple options every step of the way, to have multiple options and choose from those many options. And in this way, you can make great choices and progress a lot in that life.
So, you know, twin flame not necessarily have to be in romantic connection, correct? I would assume.
No.
Because a lot of people seem to think twin flame are like romantic partner ever for life, and only
this is
one
the human
twin flame.
mind
Yes.
Thinking about the romantic aspect. Actually, our consciousness, our souls have unconditional love, not romantic love for each other.
Right.
So this is just a human perspective. And no, it's not about romantic love. You can have multiple twin flames, and some may be at an age where it's not appropriate. You know, it can be a child right now. You know, you can't have a romantic relationship like that. Right. Or it can be, you know, you're heterosexual, and it can be another, in my case, let's say a woman, and you have very wonderful friendship and relationship with that person, like brother and sister, or sister and sister, you know. Kind of.
What about those who were born as a twin in the physical form? Are they twin flame?
Not necessarily. It depends on what they chose. Who are those two souls and what they chose to experience? Maybe the two souls had something to learn or resolve, some karmic situation that they needed to resolve, and they needed to be together in order to resolve that, or they wanted to accomplish something together. They would need the support of each other. They can be twin flames, they can be soulmates, they can be totally different souls from totally different levels of evolution, to have a huge gap between them as evolution, one to be highly evolved, the other one not so much. It depends on what they want to achieve, you know, what they are working on.
Now, when twin flame meets, from what I read on the internet, they said that usually twin flame do not meet that often. Is that correct? And when they meet, they tend to have a difficult relationship because of what they need to learn or things like that. What's your thought on that?
What I've discovered with my clients, actually, and the information they access, actually, it's quite the opposite. Twin flames attract each other. They're magnetic forces. They're part of the same soul. So there's a very strong electromagnetic attraction between them. So they will most likely meet. If a person has twin flames, most likely they will meet and they will gravitate around each other, you know.
So what is the purpose or the purpose for that connection? If they connect, I'm sure that once the two energy connects and they magnetize each other, they should have stronger power, stronger vibration.
Correct. That's exactly what it is. They're stronger together. They help each other at the soul level. They can help each other as humans as well, but they also help each other at the energetic level, and they gravitate, you know, towards and around each other, and they're stronger.
So what's the difference between twin flame and soulmates, Elena? I know you kind of said that earlier, but I want you to elaborate more.
Soulmates are souls that are not, they're different souls, but that have reached the same level of vibration. So they're progressing together. They've been together in this journey of evolution, but they're different souls. But because they've been together, they had many lives together, and they're on the same level of vibration, they're very similar. They're very similar. The wisdom is kind of the same because they reach the same level. They handle things very similarly. They've learned kind of the same lessons. So there's a wonderful match between them, except when the human ego, you know, can create difficulties between them. But otherwise, as souls, they're a perfect match.
Wow. How we know, how everyone knows that we met the twin flame or we met the soulmate, Elena? Because it can be a confusing subject, can be confusing, you know, where people can differentiate.
Yes. The soulmate, when you meet the soulmate, it's something that's hard to confuse. It's an amazing experience in which you realize, wow, it feels like I know this person, but at the same time, I feel like it's my family. It feels like I know him for such a long time, so like lives together. Everything they do, it's like they've always done that. It's like, even though they do one thing for the first time, it feels like they've done it forever. It's a great match, and also the romantic relationship is extremely strong, very powerful. When it comes to twin flames, it depends now. It can be a strong romantic relationship too, if it's, you know, if it's appropriate. But otherwise, it can be a wonderful friendship. And another thing, the twin flames have the same fears, the same vulnerabilities, the same problems. I mean, not necessarily the ones created in the human life, like something happened to you and that's why you have a fear. The irrational fears are the same, because those are fears of your soul. The vulnerabilities, the talents, the abilities are the same, because you're part of the same consciousness. When it comes to twin flames, when it comes to soulmate, no, they can have different type of fears, different type of vulnerabilities. You know?
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of similarity with the twin flames to yourself, like you're talking to yourself or you're meeting yourself.
You're the same soul. You're the same soul, but different genetic material. That's what's the different genetic material, but the soul, it's the same. It's like you, when you meet a twin flame, it's like you from another life.
Wow.
It's like meeting yourself from another life. That's what you are, yourself in another life. As a twin flame. And as a soulmate, it's like your best friend, the most wonderful partner you've ever had, including romantic, including, you know, all kinds of, you know, business partner, friend, and so on, when it comes to soulmates.
Mm-hmm. So let's say if a person's have a lot of revolutionized different lifetime and have, you know, gain a lot of frequency of vibration, do they tend to meet a lot of soulmates or a twin soul in the lifetime, Elena?
It depends on what they chose to do, how they created that life, what they wanted to experience in that life, their lives in which we meet twin flames, we meet soulmates, multiple soulmates, multiple twin flames. It can be a life in which you chose to engage with souls you've never met before. You don't want to have that much help. You know, you encounter more challenges to discover other aspects of yourself and to see how well you can handle these new souls you've never met, challenges you've never had. It depends on your level of evolution, what you want to work on, how much you want to progress. You progress less if you have a lot of help around you. You progress more when you have to handle by yourself a lot of things. You're never by yourself anyway. You, even if you're in a place you don't know anyone, let's say in a new country, unfamiliar with the culture, even so, the energy of love is with you, your higher self, your spiritual guidance, your spirit guides, what we call the archangels, the angels, the source itself, they're always with you. You have a team, an entire team of your teachers and protectors that guide you and inspire you and assist you in your life.
So that would explain why we chose such a difficult challenges in life, right? I mean, are those like new souls that facing difficult life, challenging life, Elena?
No, not necessarily a new soul. You can be an evolved soul and you want to, you know, learn more, discover even more about yourself. At any level of evolution, you can have such lives in which you just don't want to have so much support from the physical aspect, from the energetic aspect. You always have support and you always need support.
So how do we differentiate that if a person knows if they're new soul on this earth or they're old soul? Because we kept hearing these words quite a bit on this.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, you're a new soul or you're an old soul. Do we know what it is and what's the difference?
Yes,
from your experience.
Old soul, for example, it's a incarnated, it's a person that can handle anything. It's good at everything, very strong. It's not fearful. It may have some vulnerabilities, some fears, but not that many. You know, very knowledgeable, very loving, very peaceful, wise. The new soul is freezing in situations that the old soul can handle with ease, you know, so it doesn't have that much experience of life, doesn't know what to do, is easily overwhelmed by negativity. The highly evolved soul is very positive, very wise, very calm. You know, the other one is more dramatic. It fluctuates a lot. It's easily carried by, you know, the waves of negativity, drama, conflicts, and so on. That's the difference. You don't have experience of life enough.
That makes sense so much. Yeah, it makes sense so much. I love that. I love that answer, Alina, because a lot of people, oftentimes I hear people go, oh, well, if you're new soul, you're not highly spiritual, you know, not spiritual.
This might be another aspect, but it's not always 100%. Like, it can even be an evolved soul that is into science. doesn't want to hear about spirituality, but they
Mhm.
can be very positive, very loving, very wise, you know.
Mhm.
So it's not 100% that they will resonate with spirituality, even if there will be evolved because of their human programming.
Ah,
They may be programmed at the human level into other aspects like science, or they may even have an ego, you know. And there are evolved souls that are not sure about reincarnation. It's not because they don't know that at the soul level. They are very clear at the soul level, but at the human level, they may have different beliefs. Therefore, there is a little bit of a conflict between the human beliefs and the soul beliefs.
speak of belief,
Yeah.
reincarnation subject. You know, some population, like in Asia, definitely they believe in reincarnation. I was born in
Yeah.
this culture, but there's another side of the world. A lot of people still do not believe in reincarnation. What's your take on this, Elena?
Initially, people used to believe in reincarnation in ancient times. Greeks believed in reincarnation, Romans, ancient Romans, ancient Greeks, Egyptians, they all believe in reincarnation. In time, because they knew they will come back, they didn't treasure human lives that much at some point. That's what I've learned during the sessions. And then the source itself at some point decided to remove reincarnation from the spiritual teachings or religious teachings, at least from some parts of the world, so that people will start treasuring their life. And that's why, for example, the concept of reincarnations was removed from the Christian religion for a while. Now, you know, the information is coming back, and there's a lot of people that are Christians that believe in reincarnation. They have no problem. For example, in my country, people are Christian and they do believe in reincarnation. The majority of people believe that. It makes sense to them.
Why? So speak of that reincarnation. When we leave this earth,
Yeah.
what happened after that?
Yes.
How
So,
where do we go, and how do you know where do we go? Do we know we're gonna come back? All that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. When at the moment of physical death, the soul emerges like a phoenix from its ashes. And if the person, the human being, was loving, peaceful, it will be literally absorbed by the light being the source energy. Let's call it like that.
Would you call God for some people?
Yeah, you can call God.
Okay,
I'll explain what's in there as well, but let's call it divine energy. It absorbs the souls that are positive. There are souls that leave either traumatized, maybe something traumatizing is happening, confused. Some may leave angry, upset, wanting to get revenge, blaming others, and so on. If you're overwhelmed by negative feelings at the moment of death, unfortunately, you're carrying too much on yourself. You're too heavy, and you're gonna end up maybe in the ethereal field of the earth, in the energetic aspect of the earth, and not going to the light for a while until you lose those heavy weights you're carrying, those negative feelings. Or you may even risk to be drawn in the lower dimensions of existence, where there's a denser energy, not so much positive energy there. And that's what people may refer to purgatory or hell or things like that. But they're just energetic levels where,
that's such a thing as hell and heaven. That's,
yeah, in a sense it is. These are two words describing some experience. So what I would call, those lower vibrations of existence would be what you just mentioned. Heaven is the highest vibration where there's only pure positive energy. That's what ultimate reality or heaven described by religion or paradise is. It's a vibration that starts where there's no low vibration anymore, or no negative energy anymore. And
Right.
that starts with the light. The light, it's like a gate of purification for the souls.
Mm.
You go through that light. The light, it's a layer of protection of the ultimate reality or of heaven. Souls that exit physical lives return there in the light. And there's so many people in hypnosis that access the light. People having near-death experiences access the light as well. And people that meditate focusing on the light access the light. And in the light, you're purified. All the blockages from energy field, your energy field is are demagnetized, right? All those blockages are demagnetized, and you become pure again, positive again. The light rebuilds your energy field. It flows through you. It recharges you. It literally heals your energy field, right? It becomes intact, beautiful, and you feel young and beautiful again. And then you transition through they've been called gates of or areas where souls go through an evaluation process, or in religion it's called the last judgment, right? So they go through this last judgment. It's not really a judgment. It's a positive, objective evaluation of your progress in that life. And who does that? The evolved souls that are called spiritual guides, or the teachers of the other souls, as well as the spiritual masters, which are the spiritual guides of the spiritual guides.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
They're the direct connection with the source. They're in connection with the source and the source itself, as well as the soul itself. Everyone contributes to that evaluation. And how do they evaluate you? They can see if you're as big when you come back as you were when you left, or you're bigger in energy, or you have less energy.
Oh.
You're higher in vibration or lower in vibration, or you have the same vibration. So these two aspects are evaluated: how much positive energy you brought back with you, and what's your vibration, right? So how do you get to evolve? Again, through experience, having a lot of experiencing and collecting the good from everyone and everything, and letting go of all the negative, right? That's how we progress. And receiving unconditional love and giving unconditional love. That's how we progress. And in this way, we strengthen our connection with the source of positive energy, the source of unconditional love. So unconditional love is the key. Wow. So in the human life, if we want to progress, the easiest thing to do is just detach from any drama, any fights, anything don't involve. Have unconditional love for yourself first. Most people are very critical.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, you're right about that.
Self-criticism is so frequent. So unconditional love for yourself and everyone. Everyone's the creator of their lives and their experiences. They create those experiences in order to progress and evolve. So supporting people from a positive perspective, giving them positive information, healthy, uplifting, loving information, as well as supporting them on unconditional love. Oh, it can be very simple, but unfortunately with our human ego mind, especially the negative ego, we complicate everything. We make everything so complicated.
That is such a beautiful, beautiful advice, Elena. Unconditional love to yourself and no negative criticism to self.
Correct. Accepting yourself the way you are. But I think one aspect of loving yourself unconditionally is understanding, first of all, who you are. You have to understand who you are. If you don't know who you are, how would you evaluate yourself or love yourself? So the most important thing is to understand that everyone is an extension of the source of positive energy or source energy or the energy of love. Everyone is that. And when you
Equally.
realize, yeah, exactly. Well, equally, everyone's on their level of vibration. It's okay to be a beginner soul. It's okay to be an intermediate soul. It's okay to be an evolved soul.
Right.
We all been there. We've all been there. Coming back, this cycle of incarnation is infinite, in a sense. You reach to the level of uniting with the source, but then parts of you will detach from the source and start again the program of incarnation.
So let's say once we accumulate this power or the light, the bigger light, and we'll connect back to the source. You mentioned that we'll like detach and come back again. So is that like a continuous cycle that we kept doing?
Yeah. So you become one with the source. You're now the source itself. You're part of the source. And then from the source, again, molecule of consciousness, of life force, will extend again and continue the cycle of incarnation. So in a sense, it's infinite. It's an infinite cycle. It never ends. Infinite, it's a quality of the source and quality of everything that has to do with life force.
So it is forever, nonstop.
Yeah,
we incarnate
exactly.
over and over, even though we max into our own expansion of light or energy.
Yes, exactly. And the interesting thing is that when you connect with the source or God or however you want to call it, chi energy, there's infinite levels of evolution in the source as well. The source is infinite and has infinite levels of evolution. Yeah,
can you clarify? Oh, that's too much for this.
Yeah, our human mind is so limited and has difficulties perceiving or understanding the concept of unlimited. Like the source is unlimited, it's infinite. It has a difficulty with comprehending what infinite really is as a quality of source energy or the quality of the soul.
Mm-hmm. Now, would you say that if one's, because this is coming from Buddhism, where I grew up with the religion, and it's said that if we meditate regularly, we can actually expand our light. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yes, I very much agree with that, and I do that as well. I meditate, but I think the most effective meditation is the one connecting with the light, because you can meditate not connecting with the light. And as a soul, when we meditate, we extend from the body and we can just float around and use our energy, consume our energy, which is not okay. The best type of meditation that actually is safe, you bring the light, you focus on light, you bring it into your body, you focus on sunlight. You could imagine looking at the sun. That's I think the easiest to visualize or think about. You can even focus on the idea of looking at the sun. You don't need necessarily to visualize or see or imagine. Some people can do this. So just focusing on the idea of looking at the sun, and just imagine how it, or think of the idea of the sun washing your body, right, your mind, and charging you with light. And as you stay in meditation, the experience is extraordinary. It may take a while to get to the level of quieting your human mind, as well as, you know, being able to maintain yourself in that connection with the light, but the experience is extraordinary. At some point, you may even be able to open yourself to the energy of light or the ultimate reality to flow through you. And it's this undescribable experience, like you open the gate and this powerful waterfall of amazing energy that translates into extraordinary feelings you've never felt in your life, of an unimaginable intensity. You start floating in ecstasy. It's just extraordinary. And then of course you enter the light, because you're in the light. The light is on you, and through the light you actually enter as a soul into the light of ultimate reality, and you then start traveling into the ultimate reality, into the heaven described by religion. And many people have had that experience. I did. There are doctors that wrote books about it. There are people that wrote books about it. So it's accessible, it's available to all of us. It doesn't cost anything.
I remember I went to your session before, long time ago, and you took me to the light. And I still, when I meditate, it's funny, Elena, I always kind of go back to that, go through the light into the sun.
It's like
I remember your session clearly. It was amazing, guys. You got to hook up with her. So you took me to that. And every time we go into meditation, I always go there. So that's fascinating. On your book, The Home of the Tree of Life, do you have the meditation step by step?
Yes, I actually
Read to?
described the whole process. So there are full sessions there, how I guided my clients, what happened, what they said, step by step, word by word. All those sessions are recorded so that I can, offer them exactly the way they were. I wanted to take the people that read my book into a journey with me as if they were next to me in every session, for them to see how fascinating the journey of people in hypnosis are. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-understanding, and healing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, last question I have, back to when you said that when the soul die, when we pass on from this earth, either we go up into a high vibration or we stay down, stuck in the earth realm or the lower dimension or frequency.
Yes.
How would one who got stuck? Because I'm sure people will be like, God.
Yeah, at some point it will evolve. It will release those unpleasant feelings, whatever they were carrying, and elevate themselves as well. There's no souls that have been stuck for millions of years, or I don't know, thousands of years. No, at some point they will start, even if they regressed in a life. Let's say they weren't able to reach the light, and they regressed based on the fact that they chose to be negative and blameful and so on. They continue their level of evolution from that level. So all souls progress. It's a continuous thing. And what I wanted also to mention, we return into the light. As I said, you get to be evaluated. And after the evaluation process, the last judgment, right? The last evaluation, I would replace judgment because it has a negative connotation. It's everything that's done in the light is very positive. And then after that process, where there's a life review, you're realizing certain things that you've done and maybe you could have done better, what you want to correct or what you want to work on, then you decide if you want to continue to incarnate, or if you want to remain in the ultimate reality for good, or decide later if you want to incarnate again, right?
So you can decide not to reincarnate again.
Exactly. So it's up to you. You are the creator of your life. You are part of the divine energy. You decide what you want to experience and what you want to create. And then as you enter the ultimate reality, because the light, as I said, is just a gate of purification of the souls, and it's a gate of evaluation of the souls. And then as you enter the ultimate reality, as you get into that amazing realm, the first, for lack of a better word, place you go to, it's at the tree of life. That's why my book is called Home. I meant the ultimate reality, at the tree of life. It's the place where all souls go and leave there the memories of the life they have exited from. And then once they do that, they release that personality they had in that life. They re-become, there's a shift happening when you do that. You re-become your higher self, your true self, the spirit consciousness, the pure consciousness. And then you can, you know, create a new life, do whatever you want. So all those memories of all those lives are at the tree of life, and another name for it, it's the Akashic records, or the Akashic chronicles. Is the same thing. It's an infinite place, let's say place, I don't even have the right word, right?
Because there's no physical place.
Deposit there the memories, the ethereal memories, and the memories both of your human aspect as well as your soul aspect of that specific life you exited from. We're living at the same time as human beings and souls. We are dual in a sense, right? We have a life as human beings with the human memories, and as a soul with the soul memories. We live in the physical plane, but at the same time as souls in the energetic plane. So we're part of two worlds in a sense, one physical, one energetic. And when we leave, we carry all the memories, everything that has happened. We carry them and deposit them at the tree of life, where you can access all those lives anytime you want from the ultimate reality, as well as when you incarnate in another life and you do a regression. That's what we do, past life regression. And then you can access one of those lives that would be relevant for you at the moment of accessing that life. And then that's not all. And then the next thing the souls do, they enter the river of life. You're going to read all about this in my book. We never knew about these, about how the ultimate reality was structured. My clients have revealed that in deep hypnosis, once they explored the light and then the ultimate reality. So souls travel together to various levels there, levels of vibration in the ultimate reality. They travel together, and that forms the river of life.
Oh, wow.
The river of life. It seems like a river on earth, but actually it's not water. It's a river of consciousness. You can hear it as water. Our brain translates that vibration as water. You could hear you're next to a river like on earth, but you realize that's not water. It's energy. It's all consciousness. And when in regression people enter the river of life, as souls enter the river of life, they feel amazing. They say, I found it. This is what I was looking for. I don't want to live here. I want to stay here. And then as they travel, they can go to their infinite levels of vibration where souls exist in the ultimate reality. And every soul goes to their level of vibration. And all the souls on their level of vibration, they're their soulmates.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And the twin flames, various parts of the soul return home, they become one again. In the ultimate reality, they become one, the twin flame. When they go and incarnate, then they separate. Each one goes to their specific life. But when we return home, they become one.
Wow. So the twin flame can be as many as infinite as well, correct?
Yes, it can be as many as...
So the word twin, not necessarily two, it can be any number that you mentioned.
Any number, yes. And then they go on the level of vibration with their soulmates. That's where they exist, let's say. And then there's something else in the ultimate reality that we've discovered with people that have amazing skills of perception in hypnosis. As they went across the river of life, they ended up next to this infinite waterfall of amazing energy, brilliant, powerful, that has this property of pulsation. it pulsates, and it can become visible and invisible in a split of a second. And once you are next to it, it's such an amazing energy, and you can merge with it. And once you merge with it, it carries you like, I don't know, the waves of the wind, or like carried by something, up and down, up and down, up and down.
So there's no word to describe that. You feel
yeah,
it.
it's an ecstatic experience, and you feel so much love there. You're enveloped in love, and you can ask questions, and you realize by starting to talk to this energy that it's very wise and very old, and at the same time forever young. And you realize it's the source of life. It's the source energy. And once you merge with the source, you really truly understand then what unconditional love means, because most of us have a concept in their mind of what unconditional love is, but they don't know how it feels truly, right? But once you enter there, you feel it in your soul, and that's when you understand what unconditional love is. It raises your vibration and it heals you emotionally. That's the highest level of healing, emotional healing, when you merge with a source in a session or during meditation. It transforms your entire life. It's just an amazing experience.
I can just feel all this unconditional love and energy as you talk, you know,
Yeah.
Elena, from all your the experience from your clients, experience that you have through your work here, and describing all this amazing infinite realities or vibration of the light.
Where there's no negative feeling. Imagine this.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's not positive. Only positive feelings, positive thoughts, love, unconditional love, peace, harmony. That's why they call it heaven. And there is another area there, again, hard to label it properly, where souls go and train, the ones that have decided that they want to create a new life, they want to incarnate, right? And it's a training area. And what do they, how do they train themselves?
How do they train? Yeah.
Based on what they train themselves? They go, this is the interesting part, they look at the lives they lived, and those lives continue to exist. Once you live the life, it continues to exist forever, because you're a river of consciousness, and you continue to flow through those experiences forever, like a river on earth, right? It flows, right? And then what you do there from that area, let's say, of training in the ultimate reality, you're actually going to that life, enter the body of the human being you are, and go and evaluate again, look as an observer, and also feel what you've done, what you could have done, what are the options you had. If you took a different option, what could have happened, how much you could have progressed, what you could have avoided, and so on, how you could have impacted others. So we study our life in great details.
Wow.
That's why I'm saying people that think that they do stuff and no one's gonna ever know, and they're mistaken.
Wow.
Their entire life becomes like a book of study for their own soul and the other ones that they train with to prepare for the next lives, so
wow,
it's a fascinating process.
That's fascinating. And I know that there's a lot of people who was afraid of death, fears of death, didn't want to leave this earth.
Yes,
exactly. I even know personally a lady who was so afraid until her last moment of death. She was probably like in 80s. It was kind of sad. I never seen someone who has such an intense fear of dying.
Yes.
what would you advise or share? Can you share to the audience that, and because from what you said, we shouldn't be afraid of death at all, you know?
Yes, exactly. Death means
Yeah.
releasing the physical body, like you would step out of your clothing suit,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally free yourself from everything you've been feeling because of the physical body, maybe physical pain, maybe even emotional pain. You're freeing yourself from that, and you're in a higher vibration state, in a state where you could see both in the physical plane as well as in the energetic plane, where you're more connected with your wisdom, you're connected to your higher consciousness, and then you're literally traveling to the light and entering the light, or the light absorbs you directly. And once you enter the light, it's such a wonderful experience. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard people talking about their near-death experiences or in hypnosis, how they entered the light and how amazing it is. And they had to wait, to get to that level where they discuss with their spiritual guides about their lives. They evaluate themselves and the guides and the spiritual masters together. They evaluate those lives and make the decisions of what to do next, and then transition in the ultimate reality. And from the ultimate reality, in order to incarnate, when you, let's say, you created a new life, you talk to the souls you wanted to engage in the new life, you've worked on all details of your new life, you've created all the infinite versions of that life, you're ready to incarnate, you enter the river of life, the river, and you travel, I'm sorry, even though I put my phone on do not disturb, it's still, and you travel with other souls and enter in these whirlpools of energy that take you to the life you want to incarnate.
Wow.
It
Wow.
takes you into the energy field and then into the physical body.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And actually, in my book, this entire journey is described, how people in hypnosis have experienced this and what they felt, what they saw. It's just fascinating. It's just such a magical experience.
So no wonder people said, when they die, they go home. So that
Yeah,
makes sense what you're named the book, Home at the
yes,
Tree of
home
Life.
at the Tree of
So
Life.
guys, pick up her book if you're fascinated, intrigued by this talk, because she got a lot of stuff to share with you. And remember, she also she teaches, she's a hypnosis, hypnosis instructor. She will teach you all of this that we talk about, correct, Elena?
Absolutely.
So,
All these details.
she travels the world. She teaches via internet, via Zoom. I assume that's what it is. So it doesn't
Yes.
matter where you at, all over the world, you can learn from her. And you even got this great book of suggestion that.
Oh, yes, it's an entire manual. It's like 500 pages. And for suggestion therapy, right, for suggestion hypnosis, we have a lot of scripts for everything that most people deal with: depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, fears, phobias, for healing, for concentration, focus, self-love, and so on. There's so many, not hundreds, but tens of scripts. I should count them for everything that
and that you don't find a lot. That's a piece of gold there for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if you don't want to use as a professional, you can use it on yourself and your family as well. So connect with Elena for the workshop. Definitely, it's gonna be worth it. I've been trained as a certified hypnotherapist before, so I know it's worth it. All the study.
Oh, yes.
Totally worth it. Helps me a lot mentally, emotionally, to just understand a lot about myself. So I totally recommend this to anyone. Either get a private session with her or go to her workshop. I suggest workshop though, and she's very
Yeah,
reasonable, I have to say.
the website, drgabor.com, drgabor.com, you'll find all the information there.
Right. And if you don't follow that, you know what? Don't worry. I'm going to put all her information, her website, her contact, her books underneath this description so you can connect directly with her. So just click below there. If you enjoyed this, oh, well, you got any comments? Post it there too. I can relay that to Dr. Gabor. And just, she can answer the question as well. If you enjoyed this session, guys, subscribe, click like, share this video at your social media. Just let people know about her because, my God, she got so much to share and it's just beautiful and amazing. Dr. Gabor, what do you have anything else that you would like to share everyone in regards to what the topic we have today?
The only suggestion I have for everyone is just to embrace unconditional love and use it in all situations. The answer to every question is have unconditional love for yourself and everyone else.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that because a lot of people do not even think about that, about themselves.
It's the key for healing. It's the key for having a beautiful life. It's the key for attracting what you want in your life.
Beautiful. Well, that's for today. I want to thank you so much, Dr. Gabor, just being here, sharing all this amazing, beautiful information to everyone here. And remember, go to Amazon.com. The link is below. Check out her book, get her books. You can find out a lot more than what we just talked today. Get personal session with her. She's in Romania right now, but she will be back in Los Angeles, Santa Monica as well. So, until then, I'm going to get her back again to talk about some of her case studies, some of her regressions, and a lot more information. You got any question, post the comments because those questions are going to be used on the next session when I interview Dr. Gabor. Sounds good, Dr. Gabor?
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure again, Tina, and thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Wishing you a beautiful day.
Yes, thank you so much, Guy, and thank you for being here and having your time here. Thank you so much. Until then, guys, talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.